BizarreBub is a YouTube channel with 2.5 million subscribers and over 150 videos that mostly consists of scary content. Or I say mostly, and I'm pretty sure it's all. Actually, I'm pretty sure this is all that he makes. In this reaction, the two things that I want to take a look at here are whether or not the content is scary, and more specifically, whether or not his portion is good. Because if you take a look here, you'll see all of his videos are titled Scary Comp, implying obviously it's a compilation videos in which these videos aren't his, right? Obviously. So what I aim to look at here is, if he credits the people, if he makes sure no, yeah, that's pretty much it. If he credits the people and if he puts in good input of his own. Let's just get right into the video. I've talked for long enough.
On December 7th of 2025, a father named Steven uploads a video showing security footage of his bedroom. What concerns him about this video is the fact that his daughter...
Actually, I'd like to go to the description. Okay, no credits, but maybe we could assume, these are sent specifically to him. I would like to give him that benefit of the doubt, considering he has 2.5 million subscribers and a clearly loyal viewer base, considering this video has only been out for a month as a time of recording, and it has 1.4 million views.
Often plays here alone, and something else. As of recent, he and his family have been keeping their distance from this room, and it has to do with a video recording that Steven took of their bedroom door. According to Steven, he was alone in his room when he saw the door moving on its own. And stuttering movement.
That is quite spooky. And what I do enjoy is he hasn't been able to put in a lot of input yet. Considering the video has only just started, I'm not gonna, blame him for that. But he does add in context. He makes him like being there important. He gives us the information in a way that is convenient for us to absorb. So he's actually serving a purpose. This is great. This is a great start.
The
I'm
door
loving this.
opens and halts by itself before suddenly closing shut. But just before it closes, the lights go out. Now what makes this really unsettling is that we don't just hear the lights going off, but eerily we see it too.
It's serving another purpose. He's going back in the video, he's highlighting things that, maybe we missed. Now, I'm not very bright, okay? I'll say that now. I didn't notice that the light switch didn't move. I was more focused on the door handle. So maybe if I had, looked at the entire video, maybe I'd have caught that. But this is good. This is good. Without him pointing that out, this is another factor that I wouldn't have known.
It's the sudden flip of the switch followed by the closing door that makes Steven think this wasn't some random incident caused by a draft or anything like that, but rather by something else. If no one by the doorway had flipped the switch, then what did? Now after watching this video, one can see why Steven doesn't like being alone here. However, this wouldn't be the only footage to convince many that something weird is going on with his bedroom. In another video taken before this, Steven noticed something that he hadn't seen at first. One night, while Steven was playing with his daughter, he captures this.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. That one hurt. Okay, you want me to make buckets now?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna catch it.
Oh, you want to catch it and then put it?
Okay.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna catch it.
Oh, you want to catch it and then put it?
Okay.
Okay. Oh. Yeah.
That is weird. And this is quite engaging. It's kind of like telling a story, but he does his intro, right? Into each clip, and then he provides enough information to keep it engaging without giving it all away, which is exactly something you want from a compilation channel, so that you can enjoy the videos more, and he is doing enough to provide his own input to make it ethical for him to make money off of this. This is great.
Yay! Yeah!
Steven didn't notice it at first, but for a split second, one of the slats opens up before closing immediately. Only a single slat raises up momentarily, just enough to suggest that someone was peeking through. But
Side note, this video is about whether or not the video is scary also. Um, Something for me personally, I don't know about you guys, but ghosts and children, whether it be ghost children or ghosts talking to children or vice versa, or most specifically, ghosts attacking children. That is what gets me. I don't really know why that is like a trigger factor for me. It just is. And that's probably half the reason I'm so engaged in the beginning of this video. But I imagine that's also a thing for a lot of you people out there, which is smart on Bub's end for adding this in the intro to keep people engaged.
that wouldn't be possible, because according to Steven, this room is on the second floor.
There's no possible way somebody can just come up here and move the blinds.
It's because of this fact that makes what happens next that much more unsettling. Take a look.
Yeah! Yay! Yeah! You want the small one?
Yeah.
There you go. Oh!
This is too
Sorry.
small.
It's too small, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, it does it again.
No,
That's
almost.
so weird.
I mean, you hit SpongeBob though. Yay! Last one. 3.
Now, as if things couldn't get any creepier, Steven points out something that makes this whole occurrence even more terrifying.
I just want to bring up security footage, POV from when it happened. I'm just gonna zoom in and you just tell me what you see.
Oh, you got it.
There are no fingers. There are no fingers in the middle of this.
But then you also have to think, you have to take into consideration why. Why is a ghost doing this? Because let's assume it's a ghost, not any type of other paranormal being. Why would a ghost want to frighten the father? Not even a child, because spooking a child, it might get a funny reaction. They might freak out. That's kind of funny. But you're just gonna stress out this middle-aged dude. And I don't get the joy in that. Unless it is some sort of paranormal demon or something. I don't know. I don't really believe in that.
Nobody's moving the blinds.
It's already strange enough that the room is on the second floor. Not sure what exactly was at the window or what had switched off the lights in his most recent video, Steven can't help but think that something paranormal had taken place. Both he and his family continue to share stories of creepy experiences they've had in this room, but so far, no new footage of anything strange has been captured. Like most videos, this one remains a mystery.
And that's the end, short, sweet, no filler. He adds in his commentary, which admittedly is brief. I would like a bit more, but he's done more than enough. Considering maybe all the clips we were watching, maybe half of this total time. So really, I have no complaints about this. The clips are adequately scary. He's providing a good enough input. This is just generally a solid, good quality video.
Joey Wilson is a father who lives in Sacramento, California, where he and his family have been happily living for the past few years, but not in
Hold on.
Sacramento, California, where he and his family
That shirt is ice cold.
have been
I
happily
need to
living
buy
for the
that.
past few years, but not everything has been entirely pleasant at home. Things between him and a quote-unquote neighbor have gotten very strange. Now, he's already called police to remove this person from his property, as he believes it could have been an elderly person who was lost and confused. But when police came, they couldn't find anyone, let alone any traces of a person who was hiding. If no one was there, then how is it
Simple solution, just put some bear traps down. If Granny's been stalking you for a few days, put some bear traps down. And then, what is she gonna do? Really, what, she's gonna sue? No, she was trespassing. Well, actually, no, because this is his fence. So just, make a moat of bear traps around the fence on the inside. Just make sure the kid doesn't step in them. And then you're good. You're safe from Granny. That's how you win.
that Joey was able to record a face hiding in the bushes? Take a look.
She's back in here trying to fucking find a way into my... Do you see her? Look at that face. Oh
What?
my God. It's right. Dude.
Go get her! What are you waiting
scary is
for?
that? Oh my God, dude. What the...
Go get the
She's
hose
going
and go
through
spray
all
down
this
Granny,
stuff.
okay? She's not gonna
The
put up a
supposed
fight.
old lady that Joey keeps seeing in his backyard is briefly seen on camera, but if you look closely, something about her seems a bit off. It's the way she appears.
Yeah, she does kind of look corpse adjacent. Well, okay, so do most old people. But, this one especially looks quite they have quite the decaying and dead vibe.
That might be the reason why so many think this wasn't a stranger, but instead, something else. Whether it's the pale complexion or the unnatural movement of this figure, Joey has found it necessary to build a fence in front of the bushes where it keeps showing up. But even with the barrier set up, the visitations haven't stopped. Because recently, in a photo that Joey snapped, what looks like an arm can be seen resting on a branch where the old lady was spotted. Now apparently, some say that a face can also be seen here, but personally, I don't really see anything else. While it could just be a case of pareidolia, there's no way that the same can be said about
Stop
this
saying
video.
that. Stop saying pareidolia. What is that? Psychological phenomenon of perceiving familiar patterns such as faces or shapes in random or ambiguous data. What does he take us for? There was clearly a corpse-esque woman right
Clearly,
here.
something
That's
is
clearly a
moving,
face.
and as Joey and many others think, something about it just didn't feel right. Perhaps nightmare fuel would be the best way to describe what was captured. Recorded in March of 2023, footage of a house undergoing construction was shared online after something in it happened that terrified the person who caught this.
Oh,
That
the
person
abandoned
is known
house
as Death
always
Paddler, and if you couldn't
always gonna be something good in an abandoned or under construction house.
guess by his nickname, he was born deaf. Now, even though he's unable to hear, he's still able to work. And by work, I mean work. One look at his social media, and you'll find videos of him either building a kayak from scratch or working on a property undergoing major construction. But if you keep looking, you'll find a video that's entirely different from the rest. On March 10th of 2023,
Oh, imagine exploring an abandoned building with no sense of hearing. That'd be terrifying. That'd be terrible. You wouldn't have any sense of like if there's anything or anyone around you. That'd be horrifying.
Deaf Paddler uploads a video describing a property he's currently remodeling. Although no words are said, you can tell that he's freaked out. Now Deaf Paddler goes on to show the rest of the house, but it's while doing so that things get very strange. This is what he caught. While recording in the basement,
No
a
way.
chair suddenly moves forward. But it doesn't just move in
And I feel like this guy being deaf makes this more like real. Cause what are the chances a deaf guy who like doesn't really know how to speak would be trying to like engagement bait, fake scary content? That just doesn't I don't know. I just don't feel like that's something that would happen. I don't think I've ever seen that before, actually. Like a deaf person trying to engagement bait ever. I don't know. Maybe is that ableist to think that deaf people can't engagement bait? Well, I'm sure they can. They just typically don't. Either way, I'm going off on a tangent, but this, it adds a whole like other level of like a scare factor. It's weird.
any direction. Rather, it slides towards Deaf Paddler, who promptly rushes out in a panic frenzy. Like someone offering a seat, the chair becomes immediately available, but it's the way it vigorously advances towards him that paints a totally different picture. As it seems, his presence there was unwanted. From working on this house that was built in 1949 to seeing this, it's no mystery why
1949?
Death
Oh yeah,
Paddler
there's
is
dead
convinced
people.
that
There's
something
dead people in that
supernatural
house.
had taken place here. Now, there are plenty of videos where pareidolia seems to explain the supposed paranormal thing we see from a distance, but every so often, that explanation doesn't quite hold up. On December 6 of 2025, a strange video was posted by a man who thought he was just seeing things. It was shared on his social account, which primarily consists of places that he's traveled and family videos. This clip, however, is neither of those. Molina says that he took this video way back when he was waiting inside a hospital. As he was waiting, he heard a loud noise come from outside. He thought it came from the car that was parked out front, so he takes a closer look and notices something in the passenger seat. But that's strange, because as it seems, this vehicle has been abandoned for quite some time. Watch closely.
Estamos en este momento en el microhospital, escuchamos un golpe.
This is how you know a video is going to be good. When the person recording it isn't speaking English, that's how you know it's going to be some quality, scary content. That's how you know.
Y nos dimos vuelta porque dijimos, bueno, ¿quién está entrando? Cuestión de que no hay nadie atrás nuestro. Y miramos dentro del auto y dijimos, oh, pues si el auto... ¿Qué mierda es? Lo peor de todo es que no queremos salir. O sea, no, un miedo, la puta madre. Lo peor de todo es que se mueve adentro del auto y no hay nadie. O sea, ahora vamos a ir a controlar el auto. Pero parece como si fuese un reflejo. La...
Oh, yeah, it's moving.
Ya, salimos rápido para que vean que no es mentira. Mamá, la piel de gallina, hermano. Piel de gallina. Cagazo. Nadie. Nadie. Ya, nadie.
Even the dog is freaked out too.
Montón. Es un montón. Mierda.
But then again, why? Why is there a ghost or some sort of spirit presenting itself as a barely observable face in the passenger seat of a car? I just don't understand what the purpose of any of it is. I'm excited to see the final clip because this is quite an enjoyable video. I'm getting a lot out of this.
He takes a closer look at the vehicle, but as he checks all around, he finds no one. If anyone was pulling a prank on him, the back seat would have been a convenient space to hide in. Yet, as we see, the space is clear. So understandably, Molina walks away, now feeling more scared. He takes another look, and out of nowhere, the face shows up again, only this time more terrifying than before. Freaked out, Molina ends the recording and shares the video on his page. It's the only recent video on there, which for some reason doesn't have much info or any context. But with or without it, this video is still pretty creepy. As with all videos, let me know your thoughts on this one. In the following video, a man named May Rosette moves into a new apartment, unaware that his first night staying there would be a terrifying experience. In July of 2023, Rosette makes a video after multiple nights of seeing and hearing things in his new place. It's become so frequent that he felt the need to document what was happening. Maybe, as he believes, people would offer advice on how to stop the strange activity if they saw it. So, he begins to record.
Okay, so this is my apartment, guys. So I moved here in around July, and at least I think about it was like last week I moved in, and half of his face, but it looked like white ghostly. I don't know what it is, but very weird. It was very weird. But then all of a sudden, it's just crazy. Oh snap! What the heck? What the heck?
I'm loving this guy's commentary. You know, the bub himself clearly saved the best for last. He sees a ghost creepily opening a door. Oh snap! This is about to get crazy. Like, this is great.
Hello? What the heck? Y'all see that? Man, that thing drove by itself and there's no wind drag or nothing. Look at the fan, look at that the fan working. What the heck? Y'all saw that, right?
The scary music does not match this guy's vibe at all. I mean, I'm loving his vibe, right? You know, like I'm in it for the vibes, like the Marvel Rivals 40K, you know, competition. And I'm loving this guy's vibes. Um, but you know, I feel like the scary music isn't necessary. It's like scary movie, you know, like technically something scary is happening, but the characters are making it a comedy.
This is what I'm talking about. It's doing it by itself. Nobody there. The freak is wrong with this? And to me, now, sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, but the air ain't on. And it usually come on. But goodness gracious, that was just weird.
This
But
guy's
this is what
actually
I'm talking
bright.
about.
You know, puts on, you know, record the second he sees something weird, and then he doesn't let it escalate very much. And then he just shuts the door and he moves on.
And then 2 days ago, I decided, because I didn't get no videos from last week.
While talking about previous experiences,
Hey, don't interrupt him. I was listening to his story. I wanted to listen to him tell the story, not you, bub.
his door abruptly opens, and this happens while talking about a figure that he saw in the corner of his room. Whether a coincidence or not, he was still spooked, as there was no way that his door could have opened unless there was a draft caused by a ceiling fan, but as he shows us, it's off. While it could be the case that he actually caught something paranormal, it's still not strong enough to support his claims that his place is extremely haunted as he says it is. But one night, he captures this. After setting up a camera pointing at his hallway, Rosette records something overnight that completely shakes him up. Suffice to say, staying here was no longer an option for him. Take a look. Now it's hard to see at first, but if you look closely, you can see something moving in the dark. It appears
I actually
on the
didn't
right
catch
side of the
that.
apartment, almost as a white speck. It's there, but then moments later, it's not. Here's a side-by-side comparison to see the difference. Looking at both images, it seems
Interesting. They kind of resemble hands to me, which is pretty much only because, you know, they only slightly peek over and there's two of them, but still.
that someone or something had been inside Rosette's place. To him, this was the shadow figure that kept showing up at night, especially near his room, and now he's caught it on camera. But unfortunately, not many people have seen this video, which perhaps is the reason why he hasn't continued to post or share any updates on the situation. It's been 2 years
that's
now, and
unfortunate.
these 2 videos are the only footage on his account. Thanks for watching, and I
That's
hope
the
you
end.
enjoy.
Well, this was great. This was an exquisite horror video. You know, the clips were scary. I'd rate them a solid 7.5 out of 10. Or no, 8 out of 10. You know, compared to like his nearest competitor, like Chills, probably, this is like god tier, right? His input was actually good. He actually like great compilation channel quality video. This is great. You know, this is just a great time generally. If you like scary content or scary videos, quite like I do, subscribe to BizarreBub. This is great. I have zero negative words to say about this guy. I suppose that's I suppose that's the end of my video. Goodbye.